herd of deer. I think that was the same herd that was crossing over the road as I was coming into the park. And now I hiked back into the woods and I've caught up with them, and we actually kind of intersected each other. Pretty cool. It's a pretty big herd. It looked like maybe 12 deer, something like that. A lot of young ones, and they're moving up this hill over here. Alright guys, so the reason I'm out here today is I wanted to show you a new product that I just got from 5 Call Survival Supply. Now what this is, it's a survival EDC carabiner, that's what they call it, and it has multi-function tools built into it, which is kind of cool. So what I'm going to look at today is how this thing actually works, and see if it performs like it says it's going to, and see if it's going to be a really viable option for your EDC gear, or even as an emergency backup in your bushcraft gear. So stick around, I'm going to show you this thing and we're going to get into it. Alright, so here's the tool. It's made by a company called Outdoor Element. I think they did a Kickstarter on this product a couple year ago or so, and now it's in production and it's for sale. 5 Call Survival Supply has these on sale for $14.95, I believe. It is a stainless steel body coated with titanium. This is an anodized blue that I've got on mine, and as you can see here, there is a sparking wheel like on a Bic lighter. There's also a small cutting tool built in right here. And then this lip also is your bottle opener. And then you've got a flathead screwdriver right here. Okay, so not climbing rated carabiner, of course, 50 pounds of gear. But the idea is that this would clip to a backpack or EDC bag, and then I'd have some kind of way of starting a fire, even if I didn't have a lighter. Now, something like this, you're going to definitely need some kind of tinder. It's going to have to be something that takes a spark pretty easily. And what I've chosen is jute twine. And then what I'm doing is I'm going to fluff this up with my knife. I've already started on this piece right here. Just using the spine of my knife, I'm able to fluff this up a little bit and create some fuzz for a spark to catch. Work those fibers out. Now, the sparking wheel only works one way. It's directional. You can see there's actually an arrow right there, and I think they did a nice job of designing this to fit inside fit around your fingers like this, so it creates a handle. So here we go. So a couple things to think about with this tool. One, you know, in the winter time, if this thing is hanging on a pack, and let's say there's some water that gets down in here, I'm not sure how that's going to affect this wheel. Is that going to freeze up and cause it not to turn? Water shouldn't affect the flint and the friction, but it definitely could affect it if it freezes up. So I think that's a concern, and something I'll have to test out a little bit later on to see how that does. Another thing is, of course, you have to carry some type of tinder with you. Luckily, there's so many things that are available naturally and man-made that you can usually find something to make into a nice tinder bundle to get it going with this. The flint in here is replaceable. So there's a area here that you unscrew, and then the flint comes out, and it comes with replacement flints. You see right here, you can get 2 of them, just like on a Zippo lighter. So overall, you know, I think it's a nice tool. It's definitely something I think pretty neat just to hang on your pack, especially for an urban environment where you don't want to carry a lot of fire making equipment with you, but you want to have something as a backup to a lighter. Because this thing is, you know, with those extra flints and not worrying about fuel, you're always going to have some kind of spark to get something going. Another thing I would carry along with this is probably some of these quick tinders, or maybe making some of your own, like petroleum cotton balls. So what I do is I take an old prescription bottle, and I'll fill it with cotton balls and stuff it with petroleum jelly, and just kind of mix it up with my fingers until it gets a nice consistency. But these work really well if you've never tried these before as a fire starter. And they're multi-use, because with the petroleum jelly you can use it on your lips as a lip balm, or put it on use it as a salve. We'll just take a little bit right there. You can get the positioning right. There we go. It started right up. That's a tiny little bit. Alright guys, so my final thoughts on this. I think it's a decent little product. I mean, there's nothing wrong with having a backup fire starter, and if you want something that's really low profile and low weight, this is definitely it. And much smaller profile than a ferro rod, and something that doesn't really stick out to most people. I think most people would ignore this and even not even know what it is. The cord cutter works pretty well. Especially on jute. So that's a nice bonus, having that cord cutter on there. And so I think if you include this and make a little small fire kit and throw this thing in it, or hang some stuff off of it, you've got a nice little EDC fire starter. And for 14 bucks, I don't think it's really that bad. I think you're getting a lot of bang for the buck with this thing. It's a neat gimmick, but certainly it can be used for a backup to your main gear. And what I've done is, since I'm carrying a really lightweight bag, this is just my Maxpedition Jumbo today, I've built this small fire kit to go inside of it, and that just has the petroleum cotton ball, jellied cotton balls that I showed you how to those light. There's some quick tinders, some little pieces of fat wood, some jute twine, and a few other odds and ends. So if I combine that with this, I've got a really decent fire starting capability, and I don't have to have a lot of extra gear with me. And when you're carrying like a shoulder bag, that's really important, because you just don't want to carry a ton of stuff with you. So I like it a lot, and I give it a thumbs up for sure. So if you guys want to get one, go to 5 Call Survival Supply, and they'll have them there. Alright guys, as always, please like, subscribe, and share, and we'll see you next time on The Prepared Wanderer.